To the Rocket Girl Show. I'm Belinda Sandor. I'm also known as Rocket Girl. Today, we're going to talk about 3 ways to be helpful and avoid disconnects with clients. Hey, everybody, welcome. I'm Belinda Sandor. Welcome to the Rocket Girl Show. For those of you who are joining me for the first time, I am the founder of the VA Connection, where I coach and mentor aspiring and established virtual assistants to create, grow, and scale their business as a virtual assistant. I work with my students in my free online community, my courses, and coaching programs. So today I'm going to be your host of the Rocket Girl Show. And this is my weekly live stream show that airs every Thursday at 11:30 Eastern. And each episode of the Rocket Girl Show is packed with useful information about what it takes to be a successful virtual assistant. And, this is for you if you've been at this for a while or you're just starting out. So I'd love to hear where you guys are coming in from. I can see you pouring in. This is very exciting. We are streaming live everywhere. We're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Twitter, we are on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, I want you to click that subscribe button so that you'll be notified of all of our free trainings. And there are many every single week. All right. And I don't want you to miss anything. So today we're going to talk about 3 ways to be helpful. And we're going to really go in deep about this whole concept of being helpful, because there's so many ways to go at this. And we're going to talk about how to avoid disconnects with clients. Okay. Very excited about that. All right. So Frederica is here from Amsterdam and Yvonne is here from California. And this must be Michelle because she's in Frisco, Texas. Hello, Maria from Pennsylvania. This must be Tristy from Billings, Montana. And Amy is here from Texas. All right. Good, good, good. I'm glad you're here. Okay. So let's jump in. All right. Now, there are different levels of helpfulness. Okay. Think about it this way. Someone can ask you a question and you can just answer it, right? It's over there on the left. Or you can say, it's over there, and you can point right there on the left, right? Or you can take their hand or not and guide them and walk them right over to the solution. So I want you to think about that and think about that in terms of shopping. We've all had shopping experiences where there's no one around, you can't ask any questions, and you're going up and down the aisle and you're trying to find someone, right? And then we've had experiences where, and this is something that's shifted in the grocery store culture, I've noticed, specifically, probably because I spend more time in grocery stores than any other kind of store, but where, it used to be they would say aisle 3 on the left. Now, no matter pretty much whatever store you're in, the employees have been trained, and it's very smart to take you to the exact place. Like, here you go, ma'am, right here. And they're like, there are 3 brands. Which one do you want? Right. And that's a much higher level. And they're smart, because what happens is by the time I ask for help, I have already looked. I don't walk in the grocery store and say, where is the peanut butter? I unless I'm in a huge hurry and it's a new store. But the point is that I kind of know where the peanut butter usually is with other stuff. And I've looked for it. I've invested some time. So by the time I found someone and asked for help, I'm probably this close to being, frustrated, because it's like, I need to move on. And so by bringing me there, what happens is I've created a mini relationship. I've created connection. That's probably a better way to put it, with the person who is guiding me to the peanut butter. We might even have something like, how's your day going? Maybe depending on, who it is and what mood we're both in. But what's happening is I'm now putting into my brain that this grocery store is helpful. They want me to be happy, and they're showing me where it is. Very different experience from aisle 3, or look at the directory. So do you see the nuance here? I mean, it's a pretty big, difference in types of service, but I want you to think about how you interact with clients in the same way, and think about how they are experiencing what kind of, the solutions that you're giving them. All right. Now there's a couple ways that we can make a huge, huge difference. There's many, many ways, but we're just going to highlight 3 today. Okay. So I want you to read your emails and other written messages out loud. Okay. And it might be just, depending on where you are, you're sort of mumbling it in your head, but I want you to read them out loud. And I want you to look for a few things. I want you to look for jargon, because that's just annoying, right? I want you to look for information that you can leave out that might be confusing them, right? And I want you to think about words that you can add into the communication to make it clear. Now, anytime I read my emails, if I see words like it or that, I know I need to replace that word. So, for example, if I say, let's say I'm sending a contract, when I say instead of saying the contract is attached, I'll say maybe I have the subject line is I'm sorry, I'm tripping over all these C words, contract. And then I'll say, hi, so-and-so, see attached for your reference, blah, 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 Belinda. Well, much better would be, I think the subject line is fine, contract attached. Hi, so-and-so, I've attached the signed copy of the contract between X and Y, for you. If you have any questions or, I'm happy to jump on a Zoom call and answer any concerns. All the best, Belinda. Right? Very different. So you want to spell out all the steps so it's really clear. And think about it from their point of view. This is not easy to do. Okay. It's not easy to do. Yesterday, I had to write an email like this where I was explaining something financial to a friend. I was explaining, this is where we started. This is what happened. There was a miscommunication. We need to do this. And even though I thought I was crystal clear, and I reread it several times because I didn't want to frustrate my friend, she still came back with a question. And that's okay. And when that happens, I usually say something like, thank you, right? Let me be a bit more clear, so I take responsibility for it, and then I go deeper in, and then I take that as a lesson. And the lesson is maybe she was on her phone, maybe she was in a hurry, maybe she's running out the door, but she answered me immediately. So I know she wants to help. She's right there. But she wants me to help her understand. And that's really clear. That's really critical. Okay. Really critical. All right. So read them out loud. And it might take an extra 5 minutes to write an email, but your client is going to be so much happier when they understand it, because we've all received emails that we don't understand. And my brain just goes like, why don't they just say what they mean? I went through an interchange like that over the weekend, or actually it was on Tuesday, where I was communicating with someone and they kept saying the same thing over and over. And I'm like, I don't get it. And then finally I did. And I was able to, take care of the thing that was wrong. But people don't do this. And this will set you apart from everyone. I promise. Okay. Really important. The other thing I want you to do is be available. Now, I don't mean 24/7 answering your phone all day long. I don't mean that at all. But what I mean is that everybody is not in love with text or email. I have some clients that literally want to get on the phone with me. All right. So make that possible. Now, so there's a couple ways to do that. One is to get a calendar scheduling software like Acuity or a Calendly. Either one is great. And put links on your website, in your email signature, different places where people can get on your calendar. So that's the first thing. The other thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that all of your clients' names and their phone numbers are on your phone. And I'll tell you why. Because when they call, I want you to see their name right there, because I mostly don't answer my phone because my phone is mostly filled with calls that are spam, or telemarketers. So what I do is, by having my client's name here, I can make a decision. Okay, so-and-so is calling me. I only answer the phone if I can be helpful. For me to answer the phone in, next to the bananas in the produce section, I can't help them. So, but if it's during the middle of the day and I always answer. Now, here's something else I want you to do. I want you to make sure your voicemail message is your voice. I wanted to say something like, Hi, you've reached Rocket Girl Solutions. You've reached Belinda Sandor. Please leave a message at the tone and I'll call you back. And then I want you to listen to it as soon as you can. You don't even have to listen anymore. With these phones, there's a transcript, right? So you can see, oh yeah, I don't need that. And then call them back, right? When you're in your seat, okay? But make sure that you do that because you're missing an opportunity for them to connect with you, to hear your voice. And it just leans in again to that helpfulness, because when I call someone and they answer and it's the robot or whatever, and it says, you have reached blah, 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 blah. Even though I've dialed it, I always go back and I look and I'm like, did I dial the right number? Let them hear your voice. Okay. Short and sweet. And that is a key thing. I had a client, she had the longest voicemail. I wanted to just throw myself on the ground every time I had to call her. So make sure it's just, you've reached Belinda Sandor. You can say your business name if you want. Thank you for calling. Please leave a message. I'll call you back as soon as I can. Thanks. Boom. Okay. Let them connect with your voice. All right. So be available. The other thing that I want to say that I wasn't planning on, but we've all gotten these emails from tech support that make me crazy, where you're explaining the situation and they just throw back a question and you can tell they didn't even read it. That makes me nuts. That's basically hitting the ball over the net and then they get to wait 24 hours, to answer the question. And I've had conversations like that, like during the Kickstart challenge, whenever that was in April, I was having a lot of trouble with StreamYard. And they kept sending me these emails, where it was like, answer this little question that's kind of insignificant and we'll get back to you in 24 hours. And I finally jumped up pretty high. I think I got on their Facebook is what I did. And I just said, I need someone to help me right now. And they did. But you don't want your clients to have to really, get mad. And they fixed it and it was good, but it took almost 7 days. And that's too long for someone in the middle of a training to have bad streaming capabilities, especially when I'm a paying customer, right? So you just want to be sure that you're thinking about what you're emailing and you're saying to yourself, is there a way I could answer this question myself? Okay, good. All right. The third thing you can do, and this is so cool, and it really has helped me a lot, is to make a video. Sometimes people need to see it. They don't know what you're talking about. And I know I had a client and he kept sending me. So when somebody sends me the same thing twice, even though I explain that that's not going to work, I know that they don't understand. Like that's a hint, like, okay, he doesn't get it. He doesn't want to say that, but he's sending me the same thing and he's acting like he didn't get that other email. And I know he did because he's replying to it. Okay. So in this case, one of my clients was sending me this giant block of text and he wanted it in his about section on LinkedIn. It does not fit. He was, and he doesn't really know how LinkedIn works for many reasons. I know that by the questions he was asking. So I'm thinking, how can I help him? How can I help him understand this in a way that makes him feel validated? And I never want to make my clients feel like they don't have a clue. Even when they don't have a clue, that's not a good way to be in service, right? Because everybody has their own level of expertise in different things. So what I did was I clicked on Loom. I opened up his LinkedIn profile and I said, hi, so-and-so. Let me explain how LinkedIn works in the about section so that we can work together to get the result that you want. Okay. So the first thing I'm telling him is I'm trying to help you and we're going to try to get what you want. And then I copied and I pasted the text into the about page or the about section. And then I said, see here, this character count, you're only allowed whatever it is. And we have 3 times more than that. So in order for me to put this text into this about section, would you please reduce it by X number of characters? Let me know if you have any questions. And then I sent him an email with the Loom link. And I said, hi, client first name. I think this will help, clarify the help that I need from you in order to get the project finished. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you, Belinda. So that goes a long way. I have also had clients who one of my clients, I love him. He wanted to put page numbers at the bottom of his Word documents, and he couldn't remember how to do it. And I told him a million times, and he was getting frustrated. And I was getting frustrated because it's like, really? So I made him a video, and he can watch it every day for the rest of his life, and he can do it himself. And yes, in a way, it's taking kind of like taking work away from me because he could ask me to do it. But the thing is, it's not a big deal. And I want to be helpful to him. So he paid for the time when I made the video. It took, 10 seconds or whatever. But the point is that, that helped him. That helped him. And sometimes I do train my clients how to do what I'm doing for them because they want to do it. And my clients are paying for my time and my expertise, and I'm willing to share it with them, however it will help them the most. So if you can have that attitude, it's going to go a really long way for you. I had one client who was kind of, he was moving some of the things that I did over to someone else. And when that first happened, I thought, you know what, like, what's happening? What's going on? Why is he doing that? And then I thought, no, he knows what he needs in his business. And I was gracious and I was helpful and I trained the other person and I left my attitude at the door. Later, he thanked me and he said, thank you for being so gracious about that. I have things I want to do in the company that I haven't explained to you yet, and I'm going to. And then that client pretty much put me in charge of everything he did from that point on. He had a plan. He didn't have time to explain it right then, but by being in service and being helpful and thinking through, and not being resentful or jealous that he was taking work away from me, he literally tripled the amount of billable hours that he was giving me. And I have a great relationship with him today, even though he's now retired. Okay. So think about that and how you can help. And again, I'm never advocating being a doormat or, losing your boundaries or anything. It's just really more about this service mindset, and it will transform your business. You will stand out from the pack because most people are not doing this. They just don't think about it, right? They just don't think about it. So I want you to put that into your head and your brain and your heart, because those are the places that will make a difference in your business. Okay. So I want to tell you about something very exciting. We have a brand new training coming up June 19th. Kickstart your VA business. All right. So this is a 5-day video training on how to start your business from scratch. And I was thinking about this earlier today. It is definitely for people who are just starting, but I'll tell you what, if you've been in business for a while and you're not making the number, the revenue number that you want, you skipped a step. You skipped a step. So come with me and go through the steps again to identify what that step is so that you can lean into your business and get a bigger return on your investment and get your business to where you want to be. So in order to learn more and to sign up, go to vakickstart.com, vakickstart.com, sign up, and we have a super VIP thing going on. Normally after our trainings are done, all of these 5-day trainings that we've done for the last few years, the replays go away after what happens is we train and then we invite you guys to join VA School, my signature program. And then after the doors close for enrollment, we take all of the trainings down. If you sign up for the VIP experience, not only are you going to have those replays for 90 days, you're also going to have a 1-hour session with me just for the VIP group. So even if you've done trainings before, come on in and get your questions answered one-on-one. It's going to be very exciting. I'm very happy about this change that we've made, and I hope you'll join us. Okay. So vakickstart.com. Thank you for coming to the Rocket Girl Show. We're here every Thursday at 11:30. Put it on your calendar and join me. I'd love to have you with me. All right. Belinda Sandor signing off for now. Bye.